we ask how, okay, it's quite normal. Okay? But the power of why is maybe, I will explain this a little bit later. And you observe the core users, you become a lead user, and then you seek inspiration from the unfamiliar. You have a boundary examination and a boundary hopping. What does it mean? The power of why is the questioning and divergent thinking. We not just, okay, come up with an idea and say, oh, good, and then nothing happened. When you come up with anything, okay, you may ask, why we do that? What is this? Break those little ideas, or just a flip of ideas, okay, into different type of question, okay, and beware that you can break the conventional thinking, okay. Try to imagine something interesting, or no one have thought about this before, and remember to challenge the received wisdom. Okay, don't just say, oh, we cannot do that because my parents said it is impossible, or my teacher said. Okay, don't obey just the wisdom from your master or anyone. Okay, try to make a breakthrough. If you question, always question your teacher, question your parents, then you may have a breakthrough. Okay? But I'm not teaching you to being not a good child. Okay? And escape from the marketing myopia. And actions speak louder than words. Observing the core user means when we have some interesting ideas, we try to observe who use these, okay, and how they use these. The core user means the major part of the user, okay, in the market. For example, if we take for Amazon as an example, the founder of Amazon, when he found Amazon before, he looked at the market. He investigate. Is it a CD market or movie or music or books? What to do first? Okay, and then finally he only deal with the books first. Okay, because he found that the user of the books have a certain unity characteristic that he can handle them, and also to do more valuable services to them through the internet platform. So that's why he started the first online book community and online book retail shops in the internet. Another thing is you have to get in touch with the lead user. Lead users is someone that they can change something, change the behavior. It is different from the core user. Core user is the people who use the service or business. But the lead user, they may have a lot of review and comments, and they want to change your system. They will request you to, okay, please modify the service, modify the product for them. They are the one who will lead you to change. Okay, so we call them lead users. Sometimes when we are doing a business, we have both some core users and some lead users. Lead user will always give you comments and review. Okay, for software company, for retail, you may not have so many lead users, but for software company, there are a lot of lead users. Okay, because online review and comment is so easy. So talk with the lead user and observe them, and then seek inspiration from the unfamiliar. Maybe you can talk with some of your kids, some of the people that have never used the service before. Why? Because they are unfamiliar with you and with your product. And then their ideas sometimes is very creative. Have you heard any story about that when a young girl, okay, think about something adult and investor or other people who will build one thing at the shape of rectangle shape, but a young kid may see it as a square or any other different type of angle. Okay, so in fact, when you are seeking advice from media, you are not seeking for professional advice. You are just seeking some unexpected advice or unexpected comment. Okay, you don't expect he or she can understand what you are doing, but sometimes they will give you some very interesting feedback on that. Most of the great inventions are come from this kind of inspiration. The last two things is the boundary examination and boundary hooking. It's a kind of out of the box thinking method. Okay. So boundary means the limit. Okay. If you examine, okay, what's the limit? And then you try to create something out of the boundary, okay, or think something beyond the boundary. Write down the statement, underline the keywords, challenge each keywords, and then we define the opportunity. This is one of the fourth steps that we normally use in out the box thinking method. And boundary hooking is another way that you will look in different areas on a common or generic scenario that you will hope is jumping. Okay, you jump from one area to another area, and then you think like a quantum, like a leap of thinking. Okay, that's quite complicated. So I'm not intending to introduce the boundary hooking method in today's lecture. But take a look of this. Okay, these are all kinds of tools that you can seek and shape your opportunities. So normally we can do this every day. Okay, you read news, you talk with people every day, and you have new learning every day, and you can question, okay, and modify all those thinking, okay, in your mind first. The second step is how to generate the new ideas. Okay. This process, someone will say is a eureka. Eureka means you suddenly have something in mind, and then you say, voila, I got it, and then you solve everything problem. Okay. Sometimes I don't know whether you have any experience on that, but I have an experience in Form 4 when I'm studying physics, and one day when I review all the textbook and I find that I understand everything of physics, because before that I'm just memorizing all the physics memory, all the physics lessons or subject syllabus in mind, but without quite deep understanding until the summer of Form 4. So sometimes you have a breakthrough in your mind, and you find that you understand the magic behind of physics is what, and then you can have a faster learning curve. Okay, you have a breakthrough, the hurdle of that. So eureka sometimes is a gift, okay, but we cannot expect, okay, when will the gift come to your mind, okay? We cannot just waiting and see, please come, any inspiration, new ideas come to me. Okay? You cannot just sit there, okay? So the more useful way is we try to have a mind gym. Mind gym means an organized way to do thinking game. Okay. So normally, if you have a notebook, if you have a writing pad, okay, bring with you every day. I bring with my writing pad every day, every occasions, even in lunchtime. I also jot down my notes. When I talk with people, I jot down my notes, because I want to review what I have been seeing, because I meet a lot of people every day. So writing notes is a very important habit of being a creative person. And you will make a checklist of what you're writing and what's your feeling on that. And then sometimes you will need some stimulus materials. Okay, stimulus materials maybe music, maybe movie, maybe something you are not very, you will not doing that every day. Okay,